So our penultimate race of the weekend for the opening round of the 2021 B&L Karting Series about to get underway here. Senior Road Tax, and it's the B final. So here is your starting grid. Luca Schoenmakers will start from pole position ahead of Sam Van Thiel. Peter Dodderstein and Jordi van der Eyck round out the top two rows, with Yashram Jankan and Colin van Lammeren rounding out the top six, making it 6 Dutch drivers in the top 3 rows. Luca Koester from Germany and Antoine Antier from France round out the top 4 rows, with Juri Tenher from Germany and Poland's Adrian Labuda rounding out the top 10. Scott Westhovens and Max Busch representing the Netherlands and Germany respectively. They are on row number 6. Julien Hache and Anthony Bilou, that's an all-French row 7, with Bart de Wit from the Netherlands and Daniel Hunt from Latvia rounding out the top 8 rows. Stéphane Lemounot from France and Walt Kirstens, that's row 9, with Clémentine Benoit and Nicolas Picot rounding out the top 20. Linus Hensen, Remco Baan, Mario Sidler, Flint Schuring and Jens van der Heijden round out the 25 that will go racing in this. We've got 4 non-starters. Vincent van Kouwenhoven, after that massive incident that he was part of, that rearranged the tyre barriers on the outside of turn 6. He doesn't start. Bastien Barnage as well doesn't start, following damage sustained in accidents in the race. Same with Gilles Chloé and Devin Sagardi from Estonia. So 13 minutes plus an additional lap to go in their final race, and then we have race 24, the final race of the meeting, very, very soon indeed. And that will be the Senior Road Tax A final. So this final will decide the top 3 for the weekend result for the B final, for the B contingent for Senior Road Tax, and the top 3 will get trophies at the end of the race weekend. So we await for the battle lines to be drawn once again in what is set to be an action-packed, highly charged Senior Road Tax race. And the drivers now make their way through in towards the tram lines for one final time. The revs rise. We are ready. We go. Lights out. And they head into turn 1. Schoenmakers gets the lead ahead of Dodderstein. Sam Van Thiel runs a little bit wide, uses the runoff area and goes through into second position behind Dodderstein as it's 3 abreast. And a couple of carts get compromised going through turn number 3 on the first time of asking. But Schoenmakers got the perfect start as they all make their way through. It looks like a few drivers struggling in the back part of the field as more drivers trying to do overtaking manoeuvres, and some threading the eye of the needle going through turn 7 for the first time. But Schoenmakers has gotten away, and it looks like Beard Dodderstein rounds out the top 2. You've then got Sam Van Thiel and a few other drivers making their way through cleanly on turn 10, as we're about to complete lap number 1 here in the Senior Road Tax B final. Schoenmakers has nearly a half-second advantage over Dodderstein, Van Thiel, Van der Eyck, Van Lammeren, Antier, De Wit, Jankan and Koester round out the top 9. Labuda rounds out the top 10 as there is a battle for 4th position between Jordi van der Eyck and Colin van Lammeren. And Lammeren looking up the inside, not getting through on that particular occasion. And Antier is right with them at the moment, as everyone trying to make their way through nice and cleanly. Some good overtakes happening. Some drivers have been dropped down the field, including Daniel Hunt from Latvia. He's all the way down in 25th and last position. Yashnam Jankan drops down to 8th place. And the drivers consistently keeping close quarter combat. But at the front of the field, Lukas Schoenmakers is going to have a one-on-one, it looks like, between himself and Beard Dodderstein as they come across the line. They're now on lap number 3. Leaders making their way through into turn 2. Sam Van Thiel rounds out the top 3. Van Lammeren past Van der Eyck into 4th position. Nicolas Picot up into 12th place. Scott Westhoven's 10th. Luca Koester from Germany up into P8. The drivers still pushing like crazy. It's 2 by 2. It's side by side sometimes going through turn number 6. And the drivers making it So you're going to be very much aware that Daniel Hunt, he's now got past Julien Hache from France as the drivers making their way down through turns 9 into 10. Some going defensive, some going for the aggressive manoeuvres, but some of them not yet making their strategies fully count and fully unfold. As there's a move a little bit further down the order, looks like Nicolas Picot up again in positional changes, and the Frenchman now past Adrien Labuda, who's been passed also by Germany's Yuri Tenhef. As there is a battle waging on here, going through into turns 3, 4 and 5. And that looks to be the battle for P3. And then you've got 5, 6 and 7. You've got the likes of Bart de Witt battling away with Antoine Antier and Jordi van der Eyck. As, oh, someone has a bit of a moment going through. As we've had someone go up onto 2 wheels. That was the 330 of Scott Westhovens, who had a massive, massive wallop of curb right there and then. As, there's more argy-bargy behind. Pico's definitely getting his elbows stuck out with that Gallic joie de vivre. And he's battling away with the likes of Yasharam Jankan and Yuri Tenhef, amongst others. But the leaders still making their way across the line. Schoenmakers and Dorrestein still covered by just under half a second. Battle for third, well and truly on. Sam Van Til ahead of Colin van Lummeren. Jordi van der Eyck just behind them. Bart de Witt trying to close in on them as well. And this is for the final step on the rostrum between that trio that have just gone through on your screens at home. And Van Til going defensive on Van Lummeren. No one giving an inch, no one giving a mile. Antier now is dropping, and he could find himself under some salvo fire rather quickly. He's got Scott Westhovens from the Netherlands in the 330, not too far behind him. And then you've got a swarm of carts. Yasharam Jankan, Yuri Tenhef, Nicolas Picot, Luca Koster, Adrien Labuda, Linus Henson, Anthony Boulou rounding out the top 15 positions. But Schoenmakers now pulling away. Linus Henson setting fastest lap after fastest lap, and that's a move up the inside. Jordi van der Eyck up the inside of Colin van Lummeren, it looks like, going through into P4. And that was a great move by van Lummeren, taking advantage of that opportunity, getting a good run coming out of turn 12, and then making it stick going through turns 1 and 2. That's going to be a stablemate that's going to go on for a stalemate that's going to go on for a little while, isn't it? 7 minutes and 50 seconds still to go. All 25 starters still circulating around the track, and the top 24 covered by just shy of 10 seconds. And there's still some duels not yet completed or not even engaged yet, as Nicolas Picot having to battle away. And it looks like he's possibly got Luca Koster not too far behind him as well. Luca Koster running out the top 12 positions. Well, Linus Henson and Yuri Tenhef have both got past Luca Koster. So Koster rounds out the top 13. Picot up into 10th place. Westhovens and Ram Jankan get past Antoine Antier. So Sam Van Til now has dropped behind Colin van Lummeren and Jordi van der Eyck. As it's 2 by 2, the teammates side by side. That was close, and then some. That was looking possibly between Van der Eyck and Sam Van Til, I believe. But that was very close. You can't go 2 abreast going into turn 7 at the best of times. You try going 3 wide, someone's going to end up in the barriers on the left coming out of turn 7. We've got a yellow flag. Briefly retracted now. Daniel Hunt is the first retired driver, and his car, that looks to be his, on the outside of the exit of turn 12. So first retirement with just over half of the race completed in this Senior Rotax B final. So again, the 2 leaders, as you were, Schoenmakers and Dorrestein. Someone did a bit of hitting of the dusty grass on the outside of the entrance into turn 7, just kicked up the dust there. So Van der Eyck, and that was Sam Van Til, I think, that would get, well, it was Colin van Lummeren and Jordi van der Eyck that were going side by side, but Van der Eyck is now ahead in 3rd position, so he's looking good for the final step on the rostrum. And Sven Van Thiel and Colin Van Lammeren nearly come to blows going through turn 2. And they've got Bart de Wit right on their back bumper as well. So Bart de Wit looking to close in and get into the top 5 before the checkered flag. Scott Westhovens is being closed in on by Nicolas Picot as the 2 drivers in front of... That is Sven Van Thiel ahead of Colin Van Lammeren. Van Lammeren has to relinquish going through turn 7. And that nearly gave an opportunity to Bart de Wit to go up the inside as Nicolas Picot goes up the inside of Scott Westhovens through turn 9, runs the Dutchman wide. They bang wheels. And as a result of that, Westhovens has to slot in between Picot and Linus Hensen. So Hensen on the comeback trail is into the top 10 now and has got past Picot, it looks like. So Nicolas Picot dropping down a little bit, or was that, as you can now see, they are battling tooth and nail up towards turn 2. It was nearly 3 abreast. Hensen up the inside of Scott Westhovens. Oh my goodness me, that is hard in the mouth stuff there, but Linus Hensen hangs on for dear life and he keeps the position. And that looked to be that Luca Koester, I think, well, that might have been Yuri Tenhev that might have just gotten past Scott Westhovens in the process as Van Thiel and Van Lammeren battling away again. They need to stop squabbling and go after Jordi van der Eyck up ahead, because that's allowing Bart de Wit, Nicolas Picot up into 7th position and chasing the 3 in front down. Linus Hensen now up into what is 9th position. We'll make that 8th position because of where Picot is at the moment. As there's another move, that could be... Oh, well, there we go. Yasharam Jankan being passed by Yuri Tenhev. So Tenhev has got past as Picot up the inside. Goes for 6th position on Bart de Wit and gets the job done. And again, the teammates swap positions. Sven Van Thiel and Colin Van Lammeren again swapping places like it's going out of fashion. And Picot is going to pick them off one by one. And he's done that to one of them going through. That was the 380 of Colin Van Lammeren. And then Bart de Wit is waiting in the wings. Oh, sideways from Picot as he gets a little tap from behind going through turn 7. Oh my goodness me, Picot just literally hung on to that for dear life and managed to catch it properly. Bien fait, Nicolas Picot on that particular occasion. Did a great job there to hang on to that place. And now he's got a chance to move forward. However, time is fast running out because Linus Hensen now on the back of all of this. So Hensen up the inside of Bart de Wit. Now he takes a position. That's 7th for the German. And he's got Colin Van Lammeren, Nicolas Picot and Sven Van Thiel up ahead. And he's got 2.5 minutes to try and get depose of those in front and get himself into what would be a 6th place finish at the end of the race. And if Hensen will have done that, I'm sure that team boss Frank Kachmi would be very, very happy with that recovery drive. And at the moment, the leader of this race continues to be Lukas Schoenmakers, who has led from lights out at the moment. And his gap between him and Beard Dotterstein is now over 1.3 seconds. They're about to complete lap number 12. Does the gap extend? It does. Nearly 1.5 seconds in the pocket in terms of an advantage for Lukas Schoenmakers, who is on course to win the B final for Senior Rotax here this weekend, and that will decide the weekend result. Jordi van der Eyck is rounding out the top 3 positions at this particular moment. And the good thing is that position looks safe, but Nicolas Picot again hustles his way past, and this time he's got past Sven Van Thiel. As Linus Hensen round the outside of turn 7, he gets through. Oh, and he tangles with Van Lammeren. And that allows Bart de Wit to nearly go up the inside of Colin Van Lammeren. Hensen went for it and he got the job done. There was a little bit of rubbing there. I'm not too sure what race control will think about that, but he got the job done. 60 seconds on the clock remaining plus an additional lap. Picot has gone defensive on Sven Van Thiel. And now Van Thiel tries to go the switchback way going through into turns 1 and 2, but Picot was wise to it. He looks over his right shoulder, and whilst they're battling away, this is giving a perfect opportunity to Linus Hensen from Germany, the 334. as he will try and make his way through. He's going to go up the inside, take the position from Zem Van Thiel. Van Thiel takes the counter-offensive and looks for the switchback. Henson back up the inside in turn 7. Great move by Linus Henson. Gut gemacht, mein Junge. Oh my goodness me. And Zem Van Thiel takes the position back off of Linus Henson. And now it's side by side between Van Lammeren and also Bart de Wit, as now Yuri Tenhef comes into play. And that is getting rather dicey. This is going to be a squabble that's going to last right up until the checkered flag. But two audacious manoeuvres within 2 laps by Linus Henson can showcase what the 2020 Rotax Max Challenge Germany champion is capable of. But now we go on to the penultimate lap of this race, and it's all kicking off. That's the 3:43 of Anthony Bellou that's just got past Colin Van Lammeren. Looks like Luca Costa's not too far away from them either, so he's caught them up in the meantime. There is the, and there he is. Daniel Hunt has retired. Mario Sidler up to 17th. Remco Bahn up into 18th. Wout Kirstens into 14th. Luca Costa now on the fraction of being near towards the top 10, but he's about 9/10 of a second adrift. We're on the penultimate lap of this race, and it has been a corker, a real aperitif for what's going to come in just a few moments' time for the final race of the weekend, race 24. But Lucas Schoonmakers goes on to the 16th and final lap. Linus Henson setting the fastest lap of anybody in this race, a 54.814. A sterling drive from the German, as he's going to try and go for Zem Van Thiel one final time on the last lap. But Schoonmakers has the lead of 2.312 seconds over Beer Dotterstein. And there is RG Bargy a little bit further down the order. Looks to be Luca Costa being able to get up the inside, and I think he's got past. So a good move there from Luca Costa. Looks like he's got past possibly Yuri Tenhef. No, he's up. Yeah, he has got past Yuri Tenhef. Looks like Bart de Wit has come down the order a little bit as well. But Lucas Schoonmakers about to make his way through into the final couple of corners. And your winner of the Senior Rotax B Final. Once again, another dominant display from lights out to checkered flag. JJ Racing's Lucas Schoonmakers in the 396 takes the checkered flag and wins the race by a comfortable margin of 2.4 seconds. Beer Dotterstein takes second position, and Jordi van der Eyck rounds out the provisional podium for the Senior Rotax B Final. Nicolas Picot, a spirited drive from the Gallic Frenchman, up to 4th place. Zem Van Thiel in 5th. Linus Henson, spirited 2 dynamite overtakes in turn 7 in 2 laps by the RMC Germany champion. Anthony Bellou in 7th, Colin Van Lammeren in 8th, Yuri Tenhef and Luca Costa round out the top 10. Bart de Wit in 11th, ahead of Antoine Antier, Yashiram Jankan, Wout Kirstens, Jens van der Heijden, Clémentine Benoit, Mario Sidler, Scott Westhovens, Remco Bahn, Max Busch, Stéphane Lemunot, Adrien Labuda, Flint Schuring, Julian Hash being the last of the 25 drivers that made the finish after 16 laps, with Daniel Hunt unfortunately retiring on lap number 6.